Good morning, children. How you all doing this morning? I hope you are doing great, keeping safe, and I hope also you enjoyed yourself last week, your children's day celebration. Okay, so this morning we are going to be looking at a very fresh topic, a new topic for the week. But before then, the last time we met, we looked at board mass, order of operation, board mass, and word problems. And we identify the board mass that each of the letters stands for a particular mathematical sign. And if any question on board mass is solved based on the rules, which is bracket first, of division, multiplication, addition, and subtraction, you must definitely would get your correct word answer by observing the rules of board mass based on the way it is arranged. Bracket first, of, followed by division, multiplication, addition, and what subtraction. You must definitely what get your answer correctly, either be it direct or what indirect what question. The answer must be absolutely what correct at the end of the day. Now this morning, by God's grace, we are going to be looking at a fresh topic, which is profit and loss, percentage profit and loss. Say after me: profit and loss, percentage profit and loss. The lesson objectives we have says at the end of the lesson, the pupil should be able to: one, say what profit and loss is; differentiate between percentage increase and decrease; solve problems on profit and loss, percentage increase and decrease. We go through the objective once more. At the end of the lesson, the pupil should be able to: one, say what profit and loss is; two, differentiate between percentage increase and decrease; three, solve problems on profit and loss, percentage increase and decrease. Okay, now we quickly go into the topic. We have two keywords, which are gain and what loss. Gain and loss. So we are going to be looking at the definition of these two keywords. Okay, profit or gain. Profit or gain. So that means you can either call it profit or you can call it what gain. Is made if the selling price SP of an article is greater than its cost price. Simple. If the selling price of an article is greater than its cost price, you have made a gain or you have made a profit. For example, you have a notebook with you. That notebook, you bought it for 20 naira and you want to sell it. That 20 naira is your cost price, and you want to sell it for 25 naira, which is your selling price. You are selling it more than the price you bought it. So the extra 25 minus 5, the extra 5 naira is your gain or your what profit, because in this case the selling price is more than the cost price. So whenever the selling price is more than the cost price, you have made a gain or profit. Now a loss is made if the selling price is less than the cost price. Now you bought the same exercise book for 20 naira. This is your cost price, and you are selling it for 15 naira. You see that 20 naira, the cost price is more than the selling price, which is 15 naira. So you have made a loss. The loss of what? 5 naira, because 20 minus 15 gives you 5 naira. So you made a loss of what? 5 naira. Now you see another example. If a woman bought a bag at a price of 30 naira and sold it at 25 naira, she, not he, sorry, has made a loss, because the cost price, which is 30 naira, is more than the selling price 25 naira. So she had made a loss. So loss is equals to cost price minus selling price. Also, when you're asked to look for your profit or gain, it is gain or profit equals to selling price minus what? Cost price. Sorry, I did not note that here. The profit or gain is equals to selling price, your SP, minus your what? Cost price. Okay. Now expressing gain and loss percentage. expressing gain and loss percentage. Percentages are fractions whose denominators are 100. Percentages are fractions whose denominators are 100. So any fraction that has a denominator of 100 is said to be what? In percentages. Okay, for example, 8% is 8. That's the sign for percentage, equals to 8 over 100. So whenever you see that, it is over 100. Okay, now 5% is equals to 5, the sign of percentage, which is equals to 5 over 100. Now note, percentages can be expressed as this. That's the sign. So whenever you see this sign, it tells you that that is what? Percentage. Okay, now gain percent, because we are trying to look at this topic in two phases. We are going to be looking at the first phase today. Then in our subsequent class, we look at the second phase. So in our first phase today, we're going to be looking at how to derive, or how to get, or how to solve for gain percent and loss what percent. How to calculate gain percent and loss percent. Remember, I will say gain or profit is made when the selling price is more than the cost price, and loss is made when the cost price is more than the selling price. So how do we calculate our gain percent or loss percent? So to find the gain percent, express gain as a percentage of cost price. To find gain percent, express gain as a percentage of cost price. The gain divided by the cost multiplied by 100. The gain divided by the cost multiplied by 100. Okay, percentage gain, that's the formula now. Percentage gain or profit is equals to gain over cost price times 100 over 1%. Gain or profit percent is equals to gain over cost price times 100 over 1%. For example, a man bought a bag for 250 naira and sold it at a price of 300 naira. Find the gain percent. Now you can see that the cost price, which is 250 naira, and the selling price 300, the selling price more than the cost price. So that means the man made a gain of what? 50 naira, as we can see there. So how do you calculate the gain percent? We say the formula for calculating gain percent is the gain, which is 50 now, over the cost price, which is 2250, times 100 over 1 what percentage. And you can see, if you divide 50 over 250, I want to tell you how we derive that. Sorry, I have to erase this. 50 over 250 times 100 over 1. 0 here, 0 here. 5 here, 1, 5 here, 4. 4 here, 1, 4 here is what? 25. So that is how come about 25 what? That's what come about 25%. 0 here, 0, 1, okay. 5 here, 1, 5 here, no, 5 here, 5, sorry. 5 in 25 is 5, not 1, not 4. So 5 here, 1, 5 here is what? 5 in 100 is what? 20. Sorry for that. 5 in 100 is what? 20. So that's what gave us that 20% we have there. That's what gave us the 20% we have there. Okay, that's how to calculate what your gain percent. So it is gain percent is cost is a gain over the what cost price times 100 over 1. Then you calculate. You input the figures to get your answer. Now the loss percent. To find the loss percent, express the loss as a percentage of the cost price. To find the loss percent, express the loss as a percentage of the cost price. Then the loss divided by the cost price multiplied by 100. Okay, how do we calculate the formula? Loss percent is equal to loss over cost price times 100 over 1. So example, we have a bag was bought at a price of 500 and was sold for 450. Find the percentage what loss. A bag was bought at the price of 500 and was sold for 450. Find the percentage loss. So in this case, we have the cost price to be 500. We have the selling price to be 450. You can see that the cost price is more than the selling price. So that tells you that there is a loss. So the loss now is what? 50, which is CP, and minus SP, which is 500 minus 450. That gives us what? 50. So to calculate the loss percent, it is what? Loss over cost price times 100 over 1, which is, how do we get that 10? So it is 50 over 500. Sorry, 50 over 500 times 100 over 1. 0, we cancel zeros, we cancel the zeros. Okay, 5 here 1, 5 here what? 10. So that is how we got our what? 10%. Okay, so that is that. So you just have to know on how to calculate your gain percent and your loss percent. So the formula for gain percent, once more, it is gain over cost price times 100 over 1%. Then the loss percent is loss over cost price times 100 over 1%. Okay, know that your gain or profit is made when the cost price is more than the selling price more than the cost price. Then your loss is made when the when the cost price is more than the what? Selling price. Okay, so that is where we are going to draw our lesson, the curtain for our lesson today, for this phase, because we are not done yet. So in our subsequent class, we are going to look at the second phase of profit and loss, percentage profit and loss. And I hope you have been able to achieve something tangible today, achieve a new knowledge today, so which you are going to use to tackle this classwork. Now the classwork is on exercise 14.9, numbers 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. You can see that on page 122. So thank you for listening, and thank you for joining me in our today's class on mathematics, as I see you in our next class on Wednesday. Thank you and God bless.